Well, hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI to Live Complete, which is a distribution of MIT App Inventor, and how to use Google's Firebase, which is a cloud database with data being synced to all the connected clients in real time. We are going to be developing an interactive graphics Android app with data being synchronized to all the clients in real time. As mentioned, we are going to be using AI to Live Complete, which is a distribution of MIT App Inventor. MIT App Inventor will have a component called Firebase coming soon. I have implemented that in AI to Live Complete, which is my distribution of that. I'm going to be showing you the end result so we can start working toward developing the app. So what I have done is that I have connected my device to, I'm casting it to my screen so you can see how the data is being displayed. So this is a graphic app, simple graphic app that has two basically canvases here, the canvas at the top and then the canvas at the bottom. I've implemented the capability that once you draw on the top canvas, the data is going to be shown at the canvas below. So let's see this in action. As you notice, as I draw here, this is being drawn on the canvas below. If you had multiple clients or multiple devices that have implemented this app, they will all show in real time the end result, which is this graphics being displayed. So let's see how to implement this. So this is AI to Live Complete. I'm going to start a new project here. So this requires that you know about App Inventor or AI to Live Complete. So let's start a new project. So I'm going to call this Test Firebase 2. I will increase the size of the screen for better viewing. All right, so let's see. We want to be able to have like a button that when this is clicked on, we are going to clear our canvases. So that was from the user interface button. Then we will scroll down and using the drawing, we are going to select canvas. We are going to have two canvases. I'm going to change the width of these to be fill parent, and the height is going to be 200. I will change the background color of it to distinguish it, each of the canvas from the other, and I'm going to change the paint color. That's the drawing color. So I'm going to use we'll keep it at the black. So for the second canvas, you'll notice that this is canvas 2. We are going to do the same thing. The fill parent, and the height of it is going to be same thing, 200. I'm going to change the background color of this to like pink. For this one, let's change the paint color. For the top one, let's change the paint color to red. Okay, so these are the basic components that we need here. So let's change the text on this button here. We are going to change it to wipe. So whenever this button is clicked, we're going to clear our screen. So far what we have, let's see what we have on this screen. So this is what's being displayed on the screen, okay? I'm going to put this side by side so you can see the end result. All right, so I'm going to implement some capability here for adding in the Google's Firebase. So the Firebase is actually in the storage, and we are going to take the Firebase database and drop it here. The Firebase currently it has a server URL that you can point to, which is this one right there. And there is a bucket. So this is the path that you're going to specify. I will show you the Firebase in action later on. So that's all we need to do for the layout of this. So let's go implement the functionality or the implementation. So we go to the blocks editor, and this is the blocks editor that we have. So let's see, canvas one, we want to be able to draw on the top canvas, and then the data goes to Firebase database in the cloud, and then all the connected devices are going to get notification of this drawing, and then we're going to display it. For example, we are simulating this to be like a second device. We're going to display it at the bottom canvas. Let's see how to do this. So for the canvas, once we select it, we are saying that once it is dragged, that means once we actually go and then drag our finger across the screen. So what do we want to do? For here, first of all, we want to be able to draw a circle. So canvas, draw line. So canvas one, once it is dragged, we want to be able to draw line. So we scroll down, you notice that there is a draw line block. We drop it here, and we want to go from the previous X and previous Y to the current location, which is the current X, and then current Y. So far, this is what we have. You notice nothing's being displayed down here. Let's put in the functionality for wipe. Okay, so for button, you notice that's the button. Once the button is clicked, what do we want to do? We want to, for the canvas one, we want to do clear. Canvas one dot clear, and we want to do the same thing. I'm going to do copy and paste for the canvas 2, and I'm just going to change this to canvas 2. So once this button is clicked, we are going to clear the data. All right, so at this time the data is not being persisted. So what we need to do is persist the data into Firebase cloud database with the server that was pointing to whatever Firebase URL that we have. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to be able to, Firebase takes a key and a value. So what we are going to do is, for the Firebase component, we have a block called store value. The value is going to take a tag, or basically a key. So what is the key that's going to be? We are going to add the key. It's going to be something like key line. This could be anything that is unique. What value do we want to store in there? Basically, we want to take these X and Y coordinates, and we want to store it. So once it is stored into Firebase cloud database, it's going to be synchronized to all the connected devices. So what value do we want to store? Basically, we are going to use a join block, and we need 7 of these, and I will show you why. 6, 7. All right, so we want to plug this into here. So what value do we want to store here? The value that we want to store is basically these coordinates, which is the previous X followed by a comma, previous Y followed by a comma, copy paste it here, current X to current Y. Okay, so let's see. So for now, let's look at our data. I'm going to put this down here so you can actually see. So if you notice, sorry for this mess. Clear the screens. All right, if you notice that while I draw here, you notice that the data is actually being returned to our database. Okay, So this is how we store the data. The data gets stored as JSON into whatever key that we have specified. So the key is right here, the key line. This one right here. Okay, now we need to all the any connected device that is using our app, we want it to be synchronized and get the data. So let's go back. Let's go back to our app here. So Firebase component, there is an event handler block called data changed. Okay, so once the data is changed, we want to do something. So what is the something that we want to be able to do? So let's create a global variable. I'm going to call it CSV list, and we're going to create an empty list initially. So this is when the app initializes. Okay. So by having this block, that means that this will be triggered every time the data is actually in Google database, in Firebase is actually being changed. Okay, what do we want to do? We want to take this CSV list and we want to set it to whatever value that comes in, but we want to be able to get this value right there. But what do we want to, this value is actually a text. We want to be able to convert it to a list. So we are going to say list from CSV row, because it comes as a CSV row. You're going to click it here and then plug it into there. So basically we are saying we are getting the text, which is enclosing code, right? This data here, and we are going to create a list from it and assign it to this variable that we have. Okay, what do we want to do after that? After that, we want to be able to get the individual points. That means each of these individual points, basically the first one is going to be previous X, next one is going to be previous Y, current X, and current Y. So let's see how to get those. So there is a block called list from select list item. Select list item. What is the list that we want to get? The list is basically the value that came in. Okay, and we want to take the very first item. The very first item basically is going to get the previous X. So this one is giving us access to this 76 or this first data point. Now we want to be able to draw on the canvas 2. That means canvas 2, draw line. Okay, we want to be able to draw a line from previous X. I'm going to do copy and paste here. So let's take the second item here, paste it again. The current X is going to be the third data point, and then the fourth one is going to be what? The current Y. So basically we are saying take this value right here, split it, make an array from it, and then take the first data point, that's going to be previous X, second data point, previous Y, third data point is going to be the current X, and the fourth is going to be the current Y. So let's see how this actually happens now. That's Y. All right. You notice that as I draw here now, it's being displayed on the second canvas. So again, if there was other apps that are using the same, that are running the same app, all of them are going to get reported of the same data. So this was very simple app that I wanted to demonstrate to see how this is done. The other capabilities are like chat. You can create a simple chat applications that, for example, the data is getting stored onto Firebase and then synchronized to all the connected devices. So we are reaching the 15-minute, and this is the end of my presentation. If you need to get information, please see my blog at amarkashi.wordpress.com, or you can contact me at kkashi01@gmail.com. Thank you.